Hey there, everyone. What is it? It's Sunday. It's Sunday. Wasn't able to come on at the normal time, which is in the morning, because I've had all kinds of issues. But it is what it is. You kind of have to keep going with it. I will say this one thing: being a business owner, you really do go with the punches. And yeah, I had a few punches. It kind of started on Friday. Big time noticed it on Saturday, and it was all just with the scheduling of graphics and things like that with my team. But we are here. You're not here to hear me complain, but this is another episode of Travel the World as a Speaker. I am your host, Phylecia Jones, and this show is brought to you by iFind You Close, where we actually deliver speaking opportunities to you every Monday. So if you are in the market for speaking gigs so that you can market your brand, your business, or you want to do a little bit of traveling, why don't you go check us out at ifindyouclose.com and you know what? Get on stage. Now, we typically have a little bit of a travel story for you. I typically have a travel story for you, but I'm not going to do a travel story today because I'm going to keep it really short. But I want to talk about haters and how to deal with them. There is one thing that I will tell you. No matter what you are doing in business, no matter what you're doing with speaking, even if you start traveling the world, people will always hate on everything that you're doing. And there's nothing you can do about it. I've kind of gotten to the point, if they're hating, that means you're doing something well. If they're not hating, that means they're not paying attention to you. But here's a couple of things that I have learned over the last few years when I have built up what I've been doing. Is you do go through a period where you are working hard and nobody's paying attention to you, and then you get like little ounces of success, and then everybody pays attention to you, and then they start turning and hating on you. I don't understand how this works. There must be something in our biological survival genes as humans. I'm not a psychologist. I was a computer scientist, so that's why I ignored the humans. But I will just say that one of the things that I've noticed when it comes to dealing with haters is you can't really compare yourself to others. Now, it sounds like a whole different topic, but the reality is a lot of this stuff starts happening when you start paying attention to other people. And when you start paying attention to other people, you start doubting. And there's two roads when when I talk about haters. There's perceived haters, like everything that this person is doing, they're doing it because they're hating on you. And then there's the real ones. So we have to kind of knock out the perceived haters first. And that happens when you're comparing yourself, especially those nearest you. It's easy to compare yourself to like strangers, which is still you shouldn't do anyway. But the people that you have to network with or you go to conferences with, and they go toe to toe with what they're doing and how it's better than what you're doing, or they give you the up and down when you say you're doing different things, you know what? You can't really do anything because you stop comparing yourself to those people. And it's so easy when somebody starts hating, you start comparing yourself to them and saying, well, maybe I should do things a little differently. Well, maybe I'm not living up to what they think I should be doing, or what a business owner should be doing, or what a speaker should be doing, or what an international traveler should be doing. Here's the thing. You're the only person who needs to feed you at nighttime. You're the only person who needs to pay your bills. Stop worrying about other people who are doing nothing for you. That's the first part when it comes to dealing with haters. Stop worrying about other people. The second thing is, every time you have a hater, tell them thank you for paying attention. That's it. Go to your circle of people who are your hardcore supporters. And I know we talk about that a lot in business. It is memed a lot on Twitter and Instagram, but the reality is a lot of us business owners are very lonely and we are by ourselves, and it is very hard to create this circle of support. So if you have this circle of support, reach into it. Reach into it when you're starting to deal with haters. They will remind you that what you are seeing isn't even real. 9 times out of 10, when people start hating on you, they're comparing themselves to you and they're hating how they haven't been able to get to where you are. That is it. And make sure that you're not a hater, because, sometimes it's easy when we're pointing fingers at others. There's, they say it's like 4, 3 pointing back at us. It's like a weird thing, like you point and then these 3. Yeah, there's some other fingers pointing at you because you don't point at people like this. No, you don't do that. But usually when people are hating, or even sometimes when we find ourselves hating on people, we are comparing ourselves to their success. And you can't do this because this road of growing a business, growing a brand, growing a speaking career, it is hard. It is hard work. And if you keep comparing yourself to other people, if you keep letting the haters get into your mind and chip away at all of the things that you know are true, it's going to take you a lot longer and you will eventually give up. So when it comes to dealing with haters, put your blinders on. That's the one thing. I will highly recommend listening to. There was a podcast on NPR about Oprah Winfrey, and I think it's about eight shows. But just go look it up. It wasn't Oprah Winfrey's podcast, but somebody did a podcast about her rise to success and all the things that she's done. And on one of the episodes, Oprah Winfrey was getting to the point where she was getting a lot of haters, a lot of people telling her she couldn't do this, she couldn't do that. You're not supposed to wait your turn, little girl. They didn't say that, but you know how it goes. And she said it got to a point where she put her blinders on, little blinders, like little horses wear. She put her blinders on, and for a good few years, she ignored everybody. That's what you're going to have to do when it comes to haters. And you're going to have to put those blinders on and get off of social media. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. But usually that's when the levels of hate start building up. When we are on social media, when we are comparing, when people are throwing us hate and shade from our posts, put your blinders on. Remember, you have goals that you are trying to achieve. Don't let people who don't even pay your bills get in the way. Don't let people who have no say so in your success get in the way of what you have to do. Put those blinders on, keep chipping away at your goals, and screw what everybody else is saying. Hopefully this helps you if you're finding yourself dealing with haters. Just know that I'm hugging you, I'm supporting you, and I know how hard this is, but I also believe in you, and I am cheering you on as much as I can virtually. So take care of yourself, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.